Yo, let me tell y'all why I got terminated from Averitt Express. But before we get into the video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Like the videos, comment on the videos. We're finna jump straight into the video, y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all why I got terminated from Averitt Express. All right, so first of all, the reason why I got terminated from Averitt Express, like we finna jump right into the video. Like I might go into details, but I'm gonna go into details and make the video longer than what it's supposed to be. But we're gonna get right to the point though. Right now, you feel me? So, as y'all know, Averitt Express is a trucking company. It's based out of Cookeville, Tennessee, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's based out of Cookeville, Tennessee. So, I worked there twice. The first time I worked there, I was working there for like a month and a half, 2 months. Then I caught COVID. That's when COVID first came about. It was like 2021. So I ended up catching COVID. So, and I had just started the job. So when I started, I worked for like a month. Then I ended up catching COVID in like February of 2021. So when I caught COVID, let me take a seat. So when I caught COVID, I had to take off for like 14 days. They told me to go to the doctor, get a swab, get my nose swab, or get a COVID test before I came back to work or whatnot. So I had to sit out for 14 days until I was clear to go back to work. You know, they tell you when you got COVID, you gotta drink a lot of fluids, get plenty of rest and everything. But to handle COVID, man, yes, get a lot of rest, drink plenty of fluids, hot fluids, you know what I'm saying? To keep your body active, you gotta keep a lot of fluids, a lot of hot fluids to keep your body active. And vegetables, I was eating vegetables and fruits, a lot of hot soups. That's how I got over COVID quicker. But so this the first time that I worked there. So when I caught COVID, I had to stay out for 14 days. I did the 14 days. Then I went back to work. And after I went back to work, it's like the supervisor, she was never there, but she always had her co-supervisor picking at me or whatnot. It was always picking at me. But don't get me wrong, Averitt Express, it's a good company. They just got the wrong people in position, you feel me? That's my opinion. Y'all don't have to agree with my opinion. That's my opinion. But so this is the first time I worked there. I caught COVID. I come back to work. Supervisor nitpicking with me and telling me I'm not moving fast enough and everything like that. So I started looking for another job immediately. I started looking for another job immediately because I'm against BS. Like, I stand on what's right. Right is right, wrong is wrong. And I stand on respect. I die by my respect. I say that in in all my videos, I would die about my respect. You don't have to respect me, just don't disrespect me. And we all good. But anyway, so I worked there for like probably about 4 or 5 months. I worked there 3 months, somewhere around there, 3, 4 months, 5 months, something like that. The whole time, supervisor was nitpicking with me, so I took it up on myself to change my choice of truck driving. So somebody I know put the word in for me at another trucking company, and I got hired over there like immediately. So that's the first time that I left Averitt, because like I'm not finna deal with no nitpicking, no disrespect, or none of that. Like everybody must be treated equal. Like no matter the color of your skin or your gender, age, or your sex, everybody deserves to be treated equal. You feel me? So in that time frame, I went to another company. It was an over-the-road job. I did it for like 3 weeks. I didn't like it. So I left there and I went to another company. I stayed there for like probably about, let me see, probably about 7 months I stayed there. My dad ended up passing away. They only gave me 2 days off to grieve and all this stuff, so I needed more time for that, and I wasn't feeling it, so I needed more time. I really didn't have the time to take off, so it was like I ended up leaving the job and everything. I stayed out for like probably 2 or 3 months before I found another trucking job. So I found a temporary job. It was just for the moment. I worked there for like probably 2 months. Same thing that happened at Averitt Express. I wasn't getting treated equal. I was part-time, so it was like I was working from 6 in the morning to 12 noon. And today's time, that's not enough money. So I left there. Well, it was like when I was there, I had to keep begging the supervisor, like, what time I need to come in. Can you just make me a schedule for the week? And it was like, he was like, I'll text you before the end of the day and let you know what time to come in tomorrow and all that stuff. So it got to a point where he kept saying like, I don't have no work for you tomorrow, just take off. So he did it for like 3 days. So I took it up on myself again. I left and went to another company. I know it's bad to jump companies like that. I know it's bad to jump companies like that, but man, I had to find me somewhere where I can be stable and make some good money, you feel me? So when I get to this new company, I stayed there for like a year. I stayed there for like a year. And I got tired of their job, so it was a good job, but it was just unorganized. So I ended up leaving that job, and I went back to Averitt again. I went back to Averitt again. So this time, I got something on my lip, but this time, I stayed at Averitt this time for like probably 5 or 6 months, probably 6, 7 months, I stayed at Averitt. But I was on a different account, and it was the same thing, different people. The supervisor was nitpicking with me. Like, it was people, we know Averitt Express, red shirts, you gotta wear red collar shirts and gray khakis or cargo pants, whatever you wanna call it. So the supervisor, he started nitpicking with me about my pants because I went and bought some pants from another not another company, but I went and bought it from like a Walmart or Ross, TJ Maxx or something like that. They was the same pants, but they just had drawstrings on the front, and the pants that they provided, they didn't have drawstrings, they had a button on it, but that was the same pants, same brand and everything. The guy, my supervisor, he used to nitpick with me about this. Like, he was always trying to find a reason for me, like to just mess with me for no reason. And like I said, like, I wasn't having it. Like, he was always talking about this policy. I'm like, if that's a policy, so I'm like, if this the policy, you keep coming bothering me about some uniform pants. Like, there's other people on our shift that wear different color pants. They wear, like, females wearing leggings. You got other people wearing basketball shorts. Like, there's not even, like, for real. So I'm like, and you want to bother me? Like, I'm wearing the gray pants. Like, I'm wearing the gray pants, but there's other people with leggings, basketball shorts. We can't even wear basketball shorts, is what y'all told me. That's against the uniform policy. So he kept bringing up the policy. I'm like, you want to talk about policy? I'm like, you want to talk about policy? I'm like, man, there's other people out there. I'm like, shit, bring them in too. Shit, you want to nitpick with me? I'm like, have you talked to them? And like, I don't got to talk to them. Like, I'm talking about you. I'm like, man, nah, don't do me like that. I'm like, until you talk to them, then we can talk. Until we all get on the same accord with the uniform pants, don't talk to me about no policy. I'm like, I don't want to hear it. I don't care for it. You know what I'm saying? So I used to wear a black scud cap. He used to always say, you can't wear the black scud cap. It have to be red. It has to say Averitt on it. And I'm like, man, it's other people in here wearing basketball hats that work for our company, wearing basketball hats. And you not saying nothing to them, you only coming to me. I'm like I told you the other day, I'm like, man, don't come to me about no uniform policy until you get on everybody. Until you enforce the uniform policy on everybody, don't talk to me. So we had a falling out about that, and you know what I'm saying, everything had went left. So I remind you, my girlfriend, she was pregnant at the time. So we was like in due season. So boom, she ended up having a baby or whatever. The day I'm going to work, she ended up having a baby. So I'm telling him, it's early in the day. I didn't go to work till like 8 o'clock at night. So I'm telling him, I'm like, hey, I'm gonna be out for 3 days. Like, my girlfriend just had a baby and all that. So he was like, oh, okay, man, congratulations. Yeah, man, go to the hospital with your family and everything like that. So I'm like, okay. So boom, like a couple hours go by. Like right before the shift start, he called me. He called me back and he say, yeah, man, I was just looking at your attendance and like your personal days and all that. You don't really have the time to take off like that. And he was like, you know, your attendance is messed up, man. I'm like, how's my attendance messed up? And like, I only called out a few times. You told me that we get 14 points. We get 14 points. Like, I don't even know why truck drivers um, get points at these jobs, and it's like it don't make no sense to me. But so he tell me, yeah, you don't really got the time to take off like that and everything. So I'm like, yeah, I'm like, but man, like I just had a baby, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know I ain't got that many days to take off and all that. So he was like, you only got one vacation day that you can use to take off. So I was like, well, I used that vacation day. So this, what I'm about to say, it refers back to the points. So I was like, I used that one vacation day, and then I called out until they released her from the hospital and everything. So he was like, man, your points gonna add up and stuff like that. So I'm like, well, how many points do I get? So he say, you got 13 points. I'm like, how I got 13 points? And me and you, we just talked the other day, and you told me I had 6 points. And you told me, like, it's a half a point if you late. It's a whole point if you call out. So I only missed 2 or 3 days, I think. And I was like, don't know 14 points add up that quick like that. So he was like, yeah, well, before you come back, man, you're gonna have to talk to the head supervisor and see what's what. So at that point, I didn't care. I was just like, okay. I'm like, whatever. I'm like, this supposed to be a happy moment. You coming to me, like, I know you let me know where I stand with the company, but like, it's the wrong time to do that. You feel me? So I was like, I'm about to get in touch with FMLA and all that. So, you know, all that good stuff, the FMLA. So I got in touch with them. They gave me some more days. I got FMLA days until we got out the hospital. So, but the condition of the baby, I had to take off some more days because, you know, I'm not gonna go into details, but the condition of the baby, we had to stay out for a few more days. And hold on, what the heck? So the day that I go back to work, man, I'm walking, like, I scan my badge to get in the gate. I'm walking, so I get to the back door, and I scan my badge at the door, at the back, and it didn't work. So I'm like, so I called the supervisor guy. I'm like, hey, I'm at the back door. My badge don't work. So he was like, man, he was like, go back out the gate, and I'm gonna have somebody to come pick you up in the company truck from the parking lot. So I'm like, okay. At this time, I'm already knowing what's about to happen. So somebody come pick me up. We go around to the front. We go through the front door and everything. So he telling me like, man, yeah, man. He was like, we're gonna have to terminate you because you reached the maximum points. And I kept telling you that, and I was like, how? Like, just the other day, you just told me I had 6 points, and I only been out for 2 or 3 days, and like, ain't no 14 points added up that quick. And the other days that I took off, it was through FMLA. So he was like, man, I'm sorry, man, but yeah, the head supervisor said that we're gonna have to let you go. So he was like, you can call him. So I ended up calling the head supervisor. And the head supervisor, he was like, oh, no, man, I didn't say anything like that. And so now I'm feeling played. Like, who said what? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'm ready to tweak out at this point because I got this situation going on. And plus, you want to play with me about my job. So you telling me that the head supervisor said this, then when I called him, he's saying that he didn't say that. So now I'm ready to crash out, but at this point I'm like, man, just walk away. It's not even worth it. So the head supervisor, he was like, yeah, man, just go home for the night and come back tomorrow. He was like, cause I didn't tell him to terminate you. Is something that he took up on his own. He was like, so come back tomorrow. So I was like, well, you need to get on the phone with him and tell him that and everything. So he was like, give me a minute and I'm gonna call him, then I'm gonna call you back. So they talked or whatever. So the shift supervisor came out the office. He was like, man, he was like, yeah, just go ahead and clock out and leave your badges. He told me to get your badges. So I called him back. I'm like, so you want me to leave my badges and everything like that? So he was like, no. He like, keep your badges. He was like, just come back tomorrow, regular shift. So I'm like, okay, I'm trying to get an understanding because he telling me to leave my badges like I'm terminated or something. So he get back on the phone with him and everything. So I'm like, hey man, I'm like, take me back to the parking lot. I'm gonna get in my car and I'm gonna go and everything. So I get in the car, pull off, wait till the next day. It's around shift time. I'm headed to work, scan at the gate, get to the back door. The card don't work at the back door again. So I'm like, man. So I called the head supervisor again. I'm like, hey man, I'm like, my badge don't work at the back door. And so he was like, man, yeah man, you reached your points and everything. We're gonna have to end your assignment and everything. So I'm like, how though? I'm like, how did I reach 14 points that fast? Like, just last week, I had 6 points. I didn't call out no time before that until today. I had one personal day that I can take. I took that day, and then I called out like 2 days. So how does that equal to 14 points when there's only 1 point when you call out? I'm like, man, something not add up, man. I'm like, y'all need to figure something out and everything. So he was like, yeah, man, just go back to the parking lot. I'm gonna have somebody come and pick your ID badges up and everything like that. So I'm like, all right. I'm like, cool. I'm cool. So they terminated me. Averitt Express terminated me. It was a bad time to terminate me because we had just had a baby and everything, and because of the condition of the baby, I had to take additional days off, which didn't add up to no 14 points. I feel like Averitt Express, Gary Sasser, your people did me wrong, man, and I would never work for y'all company again. And I don't care how y'all feel about it. I'm just being honest. I would never work for y'all company again. Averitt Express. I wish y'all the best. I hope y'all wish me the best. But I'm doing good in my life right now. I just want y'all to know y'all lost a good driver, and I will never work for you guys again. Thanks for the opportunity though. 2 times. It's your boy, the Shun, man. I'm checking out with a video, man. I'm out.